Hello! Well, today I'm doing something totally different. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Danielle Romero, and usually I come on and I talk about makeup and skincare and stuff, but I am a curly girl and I often have people ask me, what's my hair regimen? What products do I use? And I've even had people say, oh, you should do a video on hair. And so here I am. I am going to do one. So I am not going to be in the shower doing this, even like in a wetsuit, which I have seen. So we're going to pretend that I just stepped out of the shower. And while I'm actually in the shower, now this is my turban. This is a microfiber turban. You can use a microfiber type towel, like I have one here. That is best for your hair because it's not going to dry it out too fast, which will cause frizz. So let's say I'm in the shower, my hair is sopping wet. Then what I do is I put in a leave-in conditioner. Right now I got this little set. It's called Pattern. You've probably never heard of it. I never had either. And it is by Tracee Ellis Ross. Diana Ross's daughter. She's on Blackish and she narrates on Mixedish. And I just love her. And I love the shows that are about the hair because I completely feel the same way. So this is the leave-in. So I just got this small little set to try it out. And I do really like it. So I'm almost out of this. I might have to cut this tube. But I usually use more than that. A good fat quarter of it. And I concentrate it on my ends and the back of my hair because this knots. My hair tends to knot back there. If you have kinky curly hair, I'm sure you know what I'm saying because this time of year, well, we're spring now, but we're quarantined at home, so who knows, but generally, and I usually use a wide comb, and I don't know where I put it. So usually I comb through in the shower with a wide tooth comb. I did get their brush, and it's got lots of bristles. Now, which I had already combed through in the shower, so I took out my knots, because usually when I do this, I have too many knots, and this brush doesn't go all the way through very well. So in the shower, I usually use the wide tooth comb with my leave-in. That way I can detangle it. And I've used lots of different leave-ins. My favorite for a very long time was Kinky Curly, the Knot K-N-O-T today. And I have tried some. And if you're curly, you lose a lot of hair, and you have a thyroid problem like me, you really lose a lot of hair, because this is not all that I've lost today. I have tried some spray leave-in conditioners. They're just not thick enough. My hair gets too frizzy. They just don't work for me. So I use a leave-in conditioner. Usually then I put my turban in because I don't like to walk around dripping wet. It's annoying to me. So the next thing I do is I use a serum or an oil or a blend. This one is by Pattern, and I really like this. It has jojoba in it. And you can see by how it moves in there, I think, that it's not, some are really thick, like some serums are really thick, and I like those. I use less of that. Like, so this, you'll see how it comes out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I do 6. Looks like that. Woo! And I again put this all over. Now I start at the top because that's where my frizz shows up on me, which we don't love. I don't love. I mean, I think some people do. Some people like the frizz. They actually do, which is great for them, which is not for me. I've had a love-hate relationship with my hair. Someday I will talk about that. It's probably why I haven't done a video in so long, because there's some deep-seated issues with my hair. Anyways, I also had gotten the heavy conditioner from them, and I like this. I usually deep condition twice a week. So the other product that I have now, in the official Curly Girl world, I believe this is not approved because it has some things that some people don't like to use, but it's Woodod. This is the first line that I knew of. It was out of New York that was for curly hair back in like the 90s. And they're the first ones that I knew of that did a cut for curly hair. Now Diva Curl does, and I love their cut. So I get a Diva Curl cut. I got that serum all over. So I use this curl quencher. So normally what I do next after the serum is I use a curling gel or curling cream. But I usually get one that's moisturizing. And of course that's for curly hair. Of this I do 2 pumps. So it looks, like that. Big fat quarter worth. And I apply this all over my hair. And a lot of people do different ways, I just want it all over it because I want it to really coat my hair. And I scrunch it at the same time. That just helps with the curl. Now, I usually then use a very firm, super hold, extra firm gel. This one is a lotion. I have no idea if this is Curly Girl approved. I haven't even looked. I bought this. It's a professional product. I bought it at a professional store. And I use a little teeny bit of it, and it gives me a hard cast. If you're not sure what a cast is, so see this individual curl? I want this chunk to dry just like this. I don't want it to all separate. I want this cast over this whole curl, and it's going to dry from the inside out. That helps reduce frizz. All right? Something I just got recently, and I'm going to use it. We're going to mix this in. This is really got a lot of attention on Facebook on one of my curly groups. It is this Curls Unleashed Color Blast. It's a color wax. It's temporary. It's for curly hair. And my sister has straight hair, and she put it in, and it really curled up her hair. I didn't get a fun, exciting color because it's too similar to my hair, but I got sangria. So we're just going to try this out. But what I would like to do first is I do generally, before I do my final casting gel, I do comb through my hair just to get all the gel and serum evenly through. And I really love this brush. They have different kinds, but this is the one I got from Pattern, and I really like it. So I take this, which I've done this on individual curls and it was fun, but I have liked just pushing this all the way through my hair. Just gives an extra sparkle, I guess you could say. And so this, I use the least amount of this because this is very, more than I usually use, very firm and casting. So I'm going to rub this all in here. And usually this is not this color, but I added this curling wax to it because it's a fun thing that I've been enjoying, having this extra boost of color in my hair. And you can put this on dry, you can put this curling custard on wet, but I just really enjoyed it. You're supposed to use gloves. I don't. I do use gloves when I color my hair. I hope I'm still on camera. All right. So I just scrunch it all in, and the goal is for these chunks to dry like that. So I usually just kind of part my hair a little bit. There's lots of different ways you can kind of style it. I just don't take a lot of time. I mean, I'm talking about this, you guys, so yeah, it's taking a little longer. Glad I wore a black shirt since I have this hair stuff on. I know it's very different. I've never done a live in my bathroom. So this is very interesting for me. All right. So yeah, see, it comes right off. It's not like a hair color stain by any means. So the next thing that I do is, because I never used to have to do this, but I'm 50 now and I don't have as much hair and I have a thyroid problem. So I literally have half the hair that I probably had 10 years ago. So I don't like it to be flat on my roots because I'm not used to that. So I use these little clips. Diva Curl had some that were 3-pronged that were amazing. They don't sell them anymore unless they started again. You can find these for a couple dollars, a pack of, what do I have, like 12 for $2, probably anywhere at Walmart. So I just put these all in. Now some people may want to lift it by chunks and place it. That probably takes longer than I want to do because as a curly person, I'm not used to spending a lot of time on my hair. I wash it twice a week, and the rest of the time I get up and hope that I don't have to do anything to it but spray it with a little bit of water and maybe add a little more gel. So I like it to dry away from my face. So this is what I do. I just put these little clips in and I let it dry if I can. Now, right now, because we have COVID-19 and we're all kind of stuck at home, it's easier for it to just to sit and dry all day and not to touch it. But if I have to go somewhere or it's winter, I use a diffuser. Now there are the regular round bowl-shaped diffusers, which I had always used, and then I treated myself to this on Black Friday, and it's a Diva Curl dryer. You can just buy something like this, but it didn't work on my dryer, so I had to take it back and get this whole thing. But I love it because the air goes through here. You can lift your hair. If I didn't have these clips in, I could do that. When I've had a Diva Curl cut, they actually sit you, bend you down, and put this on your roots to dry it. But I do love it because with the diffuser, it doesn't flop your hair around a lot, which is the goal. You don't want to move it. The more you move it, the more it's going to frizz, and the more your curls are going to break up. And so the ideal thing, don't touch it. Just leave it, let it be, and it will be beautiful. So those are the steps that I use. Again, a great thick leave-in conditioner, a serum or an oil. I am not a fan of coconut oil. It dries my hair out. Never has worked for me. Then I use a moisturizing curling gel or lotion. And then I use a hard casting extra firm gel or lotion. Clip it and let it dry. So I hope that helped you. If you know someone with curly hair and you think they would like watching this, push this little button down there so you can sprinkle it on over to them so that they can get it. And I will come back and show you the finished product. Thank you so much for watching. All right, so I am back. My hair is pretty much totally dry. I think it's been about 4 hours, and I was outside off and on. So I'll just take out these little clips, and sometimes I kind of move them around when they're in there, especially if some are kind of loose. But I really just try not to touch my hair while it's drying, aside from a diffuser touching it. Because my whole goal when I do my hair is for it to not be frizzy and totally out of control. I just want it to have, now, remember I said the hard cast, so you can see, you know, there's some pretty stiff pieces in here from that, see, you know, you can tell. I don't think you can hear it. Now, some people just like to leave their hair like this, and that is great for them, but this is like too small or something for me. You know, when you're, you know, you were from the 80s. I mean, I wasn't born in the 80s, but I did the majority of my growing up in that time, so bigger hair is more comfortable to me. But I just don't like, for me personally, I don't like the look of the totally wet hair. Like, I don't want it to look like I just got out of the shower and left the house. So I fluff it. They also call it scrunch out the crunch. But what I do is I just start all around my scalp. And I don't scratch it. I just fluff it with my fingers. And it just kind of loosens. They kind of shake. You know, to me it's more like I'm shaking out the crunch. Ooh, what happened to my lighting? That was exciting. Come on, Ricky. I don't know what my light's doing. So I just do this and kind of fluff it. You know, if it is super crunchy, which I think with that color wax, it does stiffen it a little bit more, which for my hair works perfectly great, and it is meant for curly hair. But this is just what I do, is that, and if your hair is, you know, my light's gonna go away, there we go. If your hair is thinner, you know, you might go upside down like this and fluff it. Whatever, you know, however you want to do it. But that is how I do my hair. And I do tend to touch my hair throughout the day. And I know this because when I watch my lives, I'm like, man, I touch my hair all the time. And I don't know if maybe I don't do it as much when I'm not doing the live, but I certainly do it when I'm on a live. And I don't know if it's because I can see my hair and I want to move something or whatever. But I hope this helped you. And again, if you liked my video and you know somebody who has curly hair, or you know somebody who has wavy hair but it's frizzy or whatever, and you think they would benefit from my video, please push that little button down there and sprinkle it on over to them so that they can enjoy it too. And if you have any thoughts or comments, just jot them below. If you found something that worked for you and that you want to share, I would love to hear it. I'm in several curly haired groups because I do love hearing what other women do, what works for them, you know, because, and our hair changes. I mean, what works for me in the environment where I live in Spokane, Washington, I had to change a little from when I lived in the desert in New Mexico, because there's no humidity there. I think I really just mainly use more product is what I do here. You know, if I were to go to a humid area, I would definitely get something that does say something specific about frizz-free, and that would probably be my gels. I would make sure that they said that, because if there's more humidity, that's what's going to cause the frizz for my hair too. All right. Again, thank you for watching and have a wonderful, wonderful day.